Well, that's how I feel right now. You know when you have almost too much to say sometimes, you're just like, well, where do I start? Where do I start? I want to say something, clearly, but there's just too many sources of information passing through right now. So, because of this, I would like to actually say silence. Silence. Silence is something. Silence. I've been trying to focus on the space and the feeling of silence recently because there's a lot of stuff going on. And a lot of stuff going on means usually a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings, a lot of everything. But when we observe the madness, it can help. Observing all of the sound, observing everything, and just trying to sustain and remain in the silence of the storm is good. It's good. Well, I find it good. I find it good, and I also find that it kind of shifts you into a whole different perceptual sense of awareness. It basically shifts you into like another dimensional reality. Yes, very subtle, but still there, still here. Silence very much helps to just release all kinds of resistance lingering in our thoughts and our emotions and our feelings. To just sit, and whether you want to meditate or you just want to embrace the silence, try and embrace that silence beyond all the noise and all the sound and all the opinions and perspectives. Beyond all that, or within all that, somewhere there is just silence. And boy, is it peaceful. I tell you, girl, it's peaceful. It's peaceful, alright. It's what we need sometimes. It's really what we need sometimes, because this place can get a bit chaotic and a bit wild. Sometimes we just need to listen to the silence instead of all the other junk. When we sit in that silence, when we resonate and embrace that silence, we're releasing all of the resistance and all the blockages. Maybe not instantly, but at least we're staying in a place where there is none of that resistance, and there's no conflict, there's no fighting, there's no battling about what to do, about where to go, about what to say, about how do I feel about this, about that. It's just none of that shit matters. None of that stuff matters when we get into the silence. Because when we get into the silence, it's like we are reconnecting somehow with our cosmic, multiverse, godly type nature. It's too easy for us human beings sometimes to forget that we're not just human beings, or we're not just what we think is a human being. There's so much more intangible, invisible, dimensional stuff to this. It's difficult to interpret from a human being perspective. So we embrace the silence. We embrace the silence, and we live in peace a bit more. We embrace that peace, that stillness, the stillness and the silence. It's a good time right now, especially with Halloween coming up and all this crazy stuff happening. The veil to the other side is growing ever thinner, especially around this time of year. It's a good time to embrace the silence and the stillness.